Good morning. Testing 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. We are live. It's 11 a.m. It is February the 29th. Of course, we are in a leap year. And today we're going to go over Bitcoin. We're going to go over why we keep pushing up. Every time there's a retracement, we keep going up. So if you're new here, if you've no idea what's going on, in the next 15 minutes or so, I'll explain why Bitcoin keeps going up and up and up. Are we going to see all-time highs this week? Is this the top of the bull run market? I'm going to answer all of those questions very soon. So today we're going to go over the markets, X-Files, the bloodbath, the shorts and longs being absolutely obliterated yesterday. Soul Surge, of course, I wrote this article before the pump. I did this yesterday. So Sol has, I think we're at 128 now. We'll have a look at the price in a minute. We're going to look at Ton, the coin from Telegram. We're going to look at Pepe. And believe it or not, for Tariq, if he is in chat, Tariq, we are going to look at Litecoin. Yes, Litecoin. I never cover it on the channel. It is not something I normally do, but there is a little bit of news about Litecoin. So we're going to cover that, and then we're going to have the quiz at the end. Remember to say hello wherever you are. Remember, this is a live stream. We are live. There is no playback. I see the comments coming in. Sodakan is in chat. Mags is here. Kishan is here. Hidden Agendas is here. I can see you all in chat. I know you're all here. And what we're going to do is hopefully in the next 45 minutes catch you all up to date with what's been going on. It is an exciting time to be in crypto, but as I keep saying, hold the line, hold your nerve. Emmy, congratulations for joining the stream. Welcome. I hope you're having a good day. Right, let's get into the prices. We had one almighty pump yesterday, 64,000. We then shot all the way down to 58,000. The longs were liquidated. The shorts were liquidated. We're going to cover that in a second. But everything else was pumping yesterday as well. We're going to go over the gainers and the losers in a minute. And it's been incredible. The last 24 hours have been insane. Market cap, 2.32 trillion. Remember, I'm going to say this pretty much every stream. My target is 8 to 10 trillion. That is roughly a 4x in price from where we are now for the market. Not necessarily each coin, but for the market. I think I'm going to be wholly wrong. I think we're going to go a lot higher than that. But that was my target in October and September last year. And I will reevaluate it. But 2.32 trillion already. We haven't even had the halving. Look at that volume. 200 billion. In a day. Most of you that were here will remember when we were doing 30 or 40 billion dollars worth of volume in a day back in September, back in August, when we really were just starting to come out of the bear market. Bitcoin dominance is creeping up almost 53%. Remember, in the last bull run, Bitcoin dominance ran up to 73%. 73%. We've got a long way to go. Bitcoin has a long way to go. ETH dominance just under 18%, trying to hold on to the coattails of Bitcoin. Now then, what has happened? Where have all these meme coins ripped from? Bonk, Doge, Shiba, Fetch AI is in there, which is one of my picks for AI. Singularity and Fetch and my two coins were already over $1 billion on Fetch. I do think it's going to go a lot higher. Arweave is up. Ton is what we're going to talk about now. Solana's ripped 15%. Again, I picked the article before this happened. Jasmy is up. Injective. So many double-digit gainers in the last 24 hours. It's incredible. Losers, Pepe is down, but Pepe did have a huge run-up. VeChain is down. Stacks, Beam, Thorchain. Nothing really has lost an awful lot compared to what has gained. Sodakan, haven't been paying attention to crypto the last few days. What have I been missing? You've missed everything. You've literally turned up to the party before the party started and then left before the volamons came out. You've left before the tuna sandwiches arrived. You've gone home too early and you've missed the party, because we have only really just begun. In all honesty, we probably have another 12 to 18 months of this insanity. But I do have some warnings as well. And I'm going to get onto them in a little bit, because I've said it yesterday on the stream. The money coming into Bitcoin is coming in via the ETFs. The money isn't coming into crypto. And that is a huge difference compared to where we are. Now, this X-Files really is just a little bit of giving some snippets that I found interesting. Who else remembers the panic feeling when they understood Bitcoin but didn't have any yet? I distinctly remember reading the white paper. Bitcoin was about, I think it was $1,000 or $2,000 at the time. It had really run up at that point. And I remember thinking, there's 21 million Bitcoin. That's it. That's all that's going to exist in the history of mankind. So my mission was to hold one Bitcoin way back then. And fortunately, I managed to do that. Now, obviously that you have to have a lot more money today than you did 8 years ago, whatever it was, 7 years ago. But still, you don't need to hold one whole Bitcoin. This is the misconception is that people look at the price of Bitcoin and think it's too expensive to own one. You can own 1/10 of a Bitcoin. You can own 0.01 of a Bitcoin. You can own 100 sats. We need to start thinking in terms of sats and not in terms of Bitcoin. If you do not hold any Bitcoin, you still have plenty of time to buy it. Even at 62,000 or 65,000, you still have time to hold Bitcoin. There are going to be corrections. Yes, the price might come down below 60,000 again. The price might come down to 54, 55,000. But even so, it's still a good price to buy Bitcoin. Now, this is the reason the price is ripping. The 9, they're called. These are the 9 new ETFs. They have doubled their record with $6 billion worth of Bitcoin traded in one day. BlackRock, over half, 3.3 billion. Fidelity, a quarter, 1.4 billion. This is the daily trading volume of Bitcoin since it started. And this was yesterday. If you think this is the end, this isn't the end. This isn't even, this is probably the end of the beginning. That's how I would describe it. It's the end of the beginning. We're probably not going to see 6 billion a day for the next 300 days. But we are seeing it now, and it's becoming compounded. More and more people are buying Bitcoin. You're seeing some of the huge investment houses now recommending 1 to 3% of everybody's portfolio being invested into Bitcoin. Now, this is, of course, incredible for Bitcoin. It's like the gateway crypto, if you like. And that's why I think the meme coins are pumping, by the way. I think people are buying Bitcoin, seeing what's happening with Bitcoin, and then seeing all these meme coins and YOLOing in. So Bitcoin is leading the way, but the one reservation that I've mentioned a few days ago, this new money that's coming into crypto isn't coming into crypto, it's coming into ETFs. Now, traditionally what happens is Bitcoin runs up and pauses for breath. The money then filters down into Ethereum and the rest of the altcoins, and they pump up to follow Bitcoin. Then Bitcoin goes on the next leg up. The more and more Bitcoin that's bought by the ETFs, the higher the price of Bitcoin is going to go naturally. But that money cannot go from the ETFs to Solana or Ethereum or Cardano because the money isn't in crypto. So bear that in mind when thinking about the crypto market. Bitcoin isn't probably going to have the same kind of energy that the rest of the market has. It's probably going to absolutely rip, take over the domination, hit 70%, and then the alts will catch up, but I don't think we're going to see the same kind of action because the money isn't in crypto. I'm going to keep saying that, and hopefully most of you will understand what I'm saying. Now, Edward Snowden, love him or hate him, he is pro Bitcoin. He has a prediction, and that is that a national government will be revealed this year to have been buying Bitcoin, the modern replacement for monetary gold, without having disclosed that fact publicly. So Edward believes maybe it's Wallet 100 that we've been talking about on the channel. Maybe it's them. But he believes that a government has been buying Bitcoin. Now remember the progression of Bitcoin. It's bought by the early adopters, the nerds and the geeks. It's bought then by degens. It's bought by retail. Now, we're at that stage now. The next stage is ETFs, and it's being bought by slightly wealthier individuals. The stage after that, which we haven't reached yet, is where companies hold Bitcoin in their treasury. We're not there yet. So Apple, Google, Microsoft, they hold Bitcoin in their treasury. The stage after that is nations. We're not there yet either. So if you think we're at the tip of the iceberg, we are. Look at how gold has been held. Gold is held by individuals all the way through to governments. Bitcoin is not currently held by many governments. You have El Salvador, which has made a fortune. Him and Peter Schiff have been having a little bit of a set to on X. So Bitcoin hasn't got to the stage of adoption by blue chip companies, and it hasn't got to the stage of countries holding Bitcoin. Now, that is going to be X times the amount of money that we bring to crypto. You know, if the United Kingdom and Japan and Switzerland all went out and bought 100,000 Bitcoin tomorrow, where is that Bitcoin going to come from that fuels these nations? There's only 1.6 or 1.5 million Bitcoin left on exchanges. Well, that's 15 countries. What are the other 100 plus countries going to do? What if America and China and Russia want to hold 500,000 Bitcoin? This is the problem. Not for us if you're holding Bitcoin, but this is the problem. Supply is never going to hold up to demand. And that, for me, is the reason you could see a 7-figure Bitcoin price in the future. Not for any other reason than there is just simply not enough to go around. You can look at the number of billionaires and the number of millionaires in the world. There's not enough Bitcoin in existence for every millionaire. So if you hold one Bitcoin, you hold 1/20 millionth of the total supply. That's an incredible amount of Bitcoin to hold. So let's get into the news then. Bitcoin bloodbath. Price volatility leads to 640 million in crypto liquidations. After rallying 11% in hours and crashing, Bitcoin experienced a blow-off top, leading to a huge cascade of crypto liquidations. The shorts were liquidated first, then the longs were liquidated on the way down. We saw cascading liquidations on the way up, cascading liquidations on the way down. And in all honesty, it was probably the most exciting 2 hours you could have in crypto. Probably not the most exciting 2 hours you can have in your life. There's plenty more exciting things to do. But in crypto, to watch the price move $500 every minute in one direction or another was pretty exciting. I sent a screenshot to Brogan when we touched $64,000. Within about 15 minutes, we're at $59,000. That was real price movement. They were God candles in both directions. It was incredible to watch. So everybody got liquidated. This, by the way, liquidating the leverage is incredibly good and an incredibly positive thing to do, because leverage you can over leverage a market. You can have too much money in leverage, and the market has to deleverage from time to time. We had that in the last bull run when we went all the way down from 69 to, I think we hit 40-something thousand very quickly. That deleveraged the entire market. We're sitting today at $62,500, and the market is deleveraged. All the longs, all the shorts have gone. So we've cleaned the decks, and now, of course, they'll start to build up on the next leg up, because this isn't going to stop anytime soon. This is going to stop when the ETFs stop pumping money into the market. That's when it's going to stop. And we're only starting to see it ramp up. People are going to start seeing these prices and they're going to FOMO in. But they're not like you and I. These people FOMOing in, these are multimillionaires that will be FOMOing in. They'll be buying 1% of their portfolio or 3% of their portfolio. They'll be putting in $1 million and $10 million orders. This is when the real money starts to come in. And we haven't even got to April the 20th yet. So the longs are gone, the shorts are gone. There's FOMO, and things get so euphoric that the second prices start to tick down, it creates a cascading effect. Yeah, we know what happened, and it was incredible. We did see huge movement. Now, there is something I'm going to show you, which I've not seen anybody point out as yet. And that is, let me see if this is the chart that comes up. It certainly is. Okay, now, this is the monthly chart. The monthly chart of Bitcoin, not the daily or the hourly. This is the monthly chart. Now look, if I bring this line to here and I show you something, this is the highest monthly close. I'll say that again, the highest monthly close in Bitcoin's history was about 61,500. The highest monthly close in the history of Bitcoin in dollars. And look where we are. That's the worst circle anybody could draw. A 3-year-old could draw better than that. Look where we are. We're at 62,140. So if we close the month tonight above 61,500, we will have the highest monthly close in the history of Bitcoin. It's not the highest price it's ever reached. Obviously, you can see that up here. That's where we got to, 69,000. We know that. But the highest monthly close is on the table. And again, I'll say it again, we're not even at the halving. So we're going to come down from the monthly. We're going to go down to the daily to show where we are. Again, we broke everything. Everything's been broken. We broke the SHIB. We've broke the target that I'd set, which was 61.3. I think I set the target. My next leg up was 65.5-ish. So 65.5 is my next target. We do have a SHIB level just above that, 66. And then, of course, 69,000. Now, the title of the show today is Don't Sell, Not Financial Advice. Don't sell, not financial advice. Now, what I mean by that is that there's going to be, I think, fairly substantial resistance at the previous all-time high, because there's going to be a lot of people that have held Bitcoin for the last 3 years that just want to get out, and they're going to want to sell at maybe 69, 69.5, 68.5, whatever. So I think 69 and the previous all-time high is going to be a pretty strong level of resistance. We don't have time to go into the charts in massive depth, but suffice to say, we're on the way. There are, of course, some problems with the RSI on every level. On every level. We are overbought across the board. But the volume here, the volume coming in from the ETFs, kind of breaks the charts. We're going to have bearish divergence where the price is still going up, but the RSI is coming down. We're going to start to see a lot of problems, but there's not a lot we can do. If there is another 4 billion today bought by the ETFs, if there's another 4 billion bought tomorrow by the ETFs, then all these indicators are irrelevant, because it's new money coming to the market, and it betrays what we look for. So what we then have to do is say, where are we going to see the sell walls? Well, we're going to see the sell walls potentially at 65.4, which is a previous price, and we might see it at 69,000. But again, everything we cover just goes out the window, because another 5 billion, 6 billion today, and we could be at 70,000. And then the problem is, where do we go from there? What happens when we go to price discovery? We just have to watch the volumes coming in from the ETFs and see when that's going to cool down, if it's going to cool down. Remember, 9,000 a day in Bitcoin is being bought up by the ETFs. 900 a day is being produced, and that 900 becomes 450 in April. So somewhere along the line, the price of Bitcoin has to reach a certain level that 9,000 Bitcoin a day being bought falls to somewhere near 450. Now, what's that price going to be? 100,000, 250,000, $500,000, $1 million a Bitcoin? I did a calculation last night with Brogan, and to bring the price down at this moment in time, we would need a $480,000 Bitcoin, and we're at 62. So we've got an 8x from here to convert the volume, which is the 6 billion or the 5 billion, to convert that into a number of Bitcoin per day that equates to the amount being mined. And then everybody else is going to want to buy Bitcoin as well. So if the total demand on Bitcoin stays above 450 for the long term, there's not going to be any Bitcoin left. And that is the... It's not a problem if you hold Bitcoin. It's a massive problem if you don't hold Bitcoin. And I don't really know what... I think I'll leave it on that note. So we're going to go now and have a little look at Solana. Now, again, like I said, I did this yesterday before the price pumped. So this article is 19 hours old. It's pretty much going to be out of date because we have already ripped up on Solana. I think we're going to look at the chart on Solana. We are, yeah. Now, Solana, we've been bullish on this channel since about, what, $30 or $40. We had price targets of 80, 100. We've had $112 was a very strong level of resistance. All gone now, and I'll show you what my price target is for Solana when we get there in a minute. But just bear in mind, all of this is bullish news, and it's all well and good thinking that we're going to have a correction. It's all well and good sitting on the side waiting for the price of Bitcoin to retrace a little bit so you can buy in. But the question is, when is it going to retrace? What is going to cause the retracement? We were looking at Bitcoin in September, and we were saying, where is the money? Where is the new money going to come from to rocket crypto? And there wasn't any until the ETFs were approved. Did I say the halving is April the 20th? Yes, I did, Sodacan. 420 for the record. Now, I've got a theory which I've shared on here before, and my theory is that the price of Bitcoin is going to be $69,000 on the 20th of April, because that will be 69,420, which of course in meme culture is very relevant. I also have a prediction that the all-time high of Bitcoin will be 420,000, because the previous all-time high was 69,000. So I think that we are living in a matrix. We are living in some kind of programmable reality where we don't actually exist, and God or the creator is giving us signals that we are living in a simulation, because I think we could be at 420,000 as the top for Bitcoin in this bull cycle. And that would be so ironic to have 69,000 3 years ago and 420,000 next year. So yes, so we are, I think we are, what's that now, about 50 days away from the halving, something like that, about 50 days away from the halving. We are very, very close. Good morning to you. Remember, if you are in chat, so Jesse, good morning to you. Silver Mastro, hello. Horace, hello. We are streaming on a couple of different platforms. So whatever platform you are on, the biggest thing you can do for us is smash the like button, follow us, hit whatever buttons you've got to show your support. It would be greatly appreciated. And what I'm going to do now is just drop a comment to win box. And remember, we are also, as I say, we stream every day at this time. We also have simple signals. Last night, Brogan did a live trading show. Monday night, he did a live trading show. Maybe Friday, he'll do a live trading show. So we do 9 live streams a week. So make sure you follow us so you can be notified when we go live, because the live streams that Brogan does, he's exceptionally good at price predictions and the movement of the market. So the timing of it can never be taken into account, but the movements are. So make sure you give us a follow so you can be kept up to date. Right, let's move on with this article. Again, I try and get everything done in an hour as well. So 11:26, we've still got 34 minutes left of the show. We try and fit everything into an hour. We appreciate that 2-hour shows just are way too long. Unless we're all having fun and giving out prizes, of course. Right, where are we? So Solana eyes $600 in the crypto surge. And if you've been watching for a while, you will have noticed that I've made reference to a certain crypto streamers that predict $1,000 Solana by the end of the year. And I've said that that isn't in my 2024 bingo card. I don't think we're going to hit $1,000 in Solana in this year. I think we'll hit it next year. But my target this year is more about $400 to $500. Remember, the market cap's got to be taken into account. When you look at the price of a token, you have to look at where it is. So if we were to do a 5x from here, that would put Solana at 280 billion. Ethereum and Bitcoin are both going to have to move an awful lot for Solana to 4x from here, for example. There's other projects. All of the money isn't going to flow into Solana. It will flow into XRP, Cardano, even Doge, which has had a rip. I did cover Doge. I did tell you that 12 cents was my target. Go back and look at yesterday's stream. We did say 12 cents. And then after that, I think I've got an 18 or 19 cent target for Dogecoin. But irrespective, Solana for me, to get to $600, we're going to need a special run. So his prediction is based around the previous bull cycle. ETH's price went from $85 to $5,000. ETH's uptrend increased by approximately 1,400%. Not sure we can compare Solana to Ethereum, but there we go. However, the fractal could repeat in 2024 and move it above its all-time high of $69,000. Previously, ETH took off when Bitcoin broke the all-time high. Currently, Solana is 50% from its all-time high, similar to how ETH was around 50% mark when Bitcoin broke its all-time high. I don't know if we can compare apples with pears. Bitcoin's run up towards 150,000. Could have Solana targeting $600. I would agree with that. If Bitcoin is going to 2.5x, then the coins beneath Bitcoin can do multiples of that. So if Bitcoin does a 2.5x, Ethereum could do a 3x. Then you'd be looking at BNB and Solana maybe doing a 4x. XRP, Cardano, they would probably look at 6 to 7x's to get to those prices and catch up a little bit. There's a lot of people in chat. Good morning to Tariq. Good morning, Solanki. You've taken a job at Domino's so you can put more money into crypto. That's the cleverest thing you can do. The cleverest thing you can do. Even if you can put $100 away or £100 away a month to put into Bitcoin and Ethereum at this stage of the market, it's still not too late. Remember, the halving isn't till April the 20th, so you've still got plenty of time. Tariq, you will see your name on the screen. I am doing an article today about Litecoin, and you are probably the OG that likes Litecoin more than anybody else. So I found the article. We're doing Litecoin in a minute. So Solana to $600 is on the cards. Very briefly, let's go and have a look at the Solana charts. We've still got 3 articles to go. I think we're still on time. So we've had a run up, as I've shown you on a couple of different streams. Lots of coins are following these trends where they're moving up, putting in higher lows. This is the price target we have for Solana, $144. Remember, I don't redraw these charts before the streams. This was on the, maybe not the last stream, maybe on Monday's stream. We're putting in this kind of lovely higher lows. We're following this bull market support band beautifully. So for me, this is a really good setup for Solana. XRP is doing the same thing. I think Cardano is doing the same thing. This is a really healthy chart for me. We are not seeing these kind of actions where it's become incredibly volatile. We're seeing nice, slow movements up. And every week that goes by, this trend line goes to higher and higher prices. Now, when this crosses is in May, the first week of May. So what we could see is we could see this kind of action, something like that, maybe, over the next few months. Because we don't want prices to go so far so quickly and then be so far from this bull market support band and trend line that the price just comes crashing down. We want all coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, we want this kind of action. And each of these becomes support if there is a correction. And there's always going to be a correction. Nothing is going to go up forever. That's a golden rule. The same, nothing is going to go down forever. So in the bear market, when we were getting down towards $16,000 and life was looking terrible, my portfolio dropped below 6 figures in the bear market, and that was a horrible feeling. But times have changed. We're at the beginning of the bull run, and similar to the price cannot go down forever in the bear market, the price cannot go up forever in the bull market. So these kinds of retracements are healthy. And maybe we go up here and we do this. Maybe we go up here and we do this. These are all healthy movements. You can't have, if we go back to here, for example, to look at the RSI, when the RSI gets overbought, we retrace. We're not quite there yet. That's why I think this could run up here. Price could run up here. And then we'll retrace a little bit, come down, and come back up, and that would be followed by this kind of price action. So again, because it's fairly systematic, it's fairly procedural, you could buy now and wait for $143, which would make you an 8% gain. You could, or you could wait to see where the price action goes. If we're looking at a $600 Solana or even a $400 Solana, you're going to 3x your money this year, 4x money this year. Not financial advice, of course. So Solana for me, big fan. Been a big fan ever since I got into Solana. Find it really nice and quick. I know it goes down from time to time. I don't care. I was around when the internet started, and the internet would go down from time to time as well. Now Telegram and its coin TON. The price is pumped after Telegram said it would share its ad revenue with crypto. Now, Telegram and TON have got a very funny relationship. Telegram tried to launch TON. The SEC said no. So TON became an independent entity. So I find it strange that Telegram is going to share its ad revenue via crypto, because I don't know whether that could be conceived as a dividend. That's an issue for me anyway. That coin I've just had up was Solana. Good point. Now, this is a very interesting point. I need to rearrange my screen. Who was that said that? Who asked that question? That was P71. So P71, you pointed something out. And that is that when I bring these charts up, and I can see the chart on my screen, but what you guys can't see is the coin, because I've got the 29th of February blocking it off. So what I will have to do at some point is I'll rearrange the screen so you can actually see the coin that I'm looking at. That is probably what we're going to have to do. So it is Solana, and I do think we could hit 140. Where was it? 144, I think, is my target. But again, we're on this trend line. I don't think we're just going to go to the moon tomorrow. I do think we're going to see something like this over a period of time. So I wouldn't worry too much about missing out on getting the Solana today. Potentially look at dollar cost averaging into it. That if you're in a market where it's rising or falling and it's fairly erratic, dollar cost averaging in is the best way to go about it. So for me, I'm a big fan of Solana. I've got Solana staked, and I think it's going to do well in the bull run. So Ton is up. Telegram, the privacy-focused online messaging platform, announced on Wednesday will begin splitting ad revenue with creators with payouts in Ton coin. Within moments, the price has shot up, gone up 31%. Beginning Friday, the channel owners, individuals or organizations that post messages to dedicated one-way feeds that any subscriber can view for free will start receiving 50% of any revenue generated from ads displayed by Telegram in their channels. And he goes into explain how this works. I'm not too sure whether they're going to get themselves in trouble about this, to be honest, because the SEC could misconstrue this as, like I said, a dividend payment. And that's an issue for me with any coin. Is you don't want your coin to act like a share. You don't want it to act like you're giving a dividend. And the issue is, it's a very grey area. Most people have a go at Gary Gensler about these things, but you have to remember that the SEC is there to try and protect retail customers from scams and all these kind of things. And that's a very noble quest. Now, when a crypto company comes along and creates a token and starts paying out a share of revenue to people that interact, and it pays it out in the token, that you in certain companies you can take your dividend in shares. And that is the issue for me with this. I think they're going to end up in trouble. Maybe they're going to do it outside of the US. Maybe it's not going to be for US customers. That is to be found. But I do think they're going to fall foul of the SEC for doing this. Within an hour of the announcement, it spiked to $2.84, a price not seen since February 22. At that high, the token's market cap was $9.8 billion. Ton has dipped to $2.40, but it's still up 12%. Now, am I looking at the chart? I am looking at the chart of this. This is the Ton coin chart. And again, at 11:38, we've still got a bit of time. So then, we're at 268. We've had a bit of a run up, and like a lot of these coins, if we go back to, let's put this line in here. It's always interesting to see previous price action, because that's what you can look at to see where you think the next price point is going to go for a token. So if we go all the way back, that's the start of the chart. If we go all the way back, we will see that November, we touched at this price, pretty much to the cent. We touched just underneath it in September. So September and November, we were around this figure. The price did come down. You can see here, we have this average. It's used it as support, bounced up higher, it's come down, it struggled, it fell beneath, tried to break up, it didn't, and now it's broken out. So the next logical path for me with Ton coin is for it to retrace, cool off the RSI, retrace, and probably come down to this fib level, which is $2.50. Now, I'm not going to buy Toncoin. Not financial advice, but I'm personally not going to buy Toncoin. I'm not a fan of certain tokens in certain markets. And although Telegram is great, within 5 years it could be gone. You look at something like Skype, it was replaced over time. You look at something like AOL Messenger, it was replaced over time. You look at something like Ton, and it has a bear in the room that could eat it. And that bear is X, because X is trying to become an all-in-one payments messaging app. Now, if X releases additional features and adds security and adds independence and adds decentralization to it, it's going to blow Ton out of the water and Telegram out of the water. So Telegram has a lot of existential threats. So for me, I'm not going to go near the token, but there's still money to be made in projects that you don't like. So for me, I would look at some kind of retracement to 250, and if we can break above this line, which is $2.90, we could see a huge run up. And remember, we're in a bear market. Sorry, we're in a bull market. If we're in a bull market, even flotsam and jetsam float on rising tides. So everything is going to go up with Bitcoin. I'm not saying everything's going to break all-time highs, but everything's going to go up anyway. So for me, Toncoin isn't for me, but I can see it coming back down to 250 and then going up. So Rahul Boss Tempo, I have some questions. Ask away. Fire away. As long as they're sensible questions, I will try and answer them for you. Right, we've got 15 minutes or so. We're going to have a look at Pepe, and then we're going to have a look at, we're going to call it Tariq's Litecoin today. So Tariq is one of our OG viewers. He's been with us for a long time, and he constantly asks about Litecoin. I think he sleeps. I think he's got a Litecoin pillow. I think he's got a pillow with the Litecoin logo on it. Yeah, so ask any questions you've got in chat, and I will try and answer them as best I can. I do have I do try and keep an eye on all the different chats going on, but there are several chats and it's difficult to keep an eye on everything. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to check some of this and then we're going to go through Pepe, and I'm going to give you my my reasoning on why I think they are pumping. Just give me 1 second to drop that box, and then we shall carry on with Pepe. So Pepe, for those of you that don't know, huge run up, meme coin. I made a video about Pepe over a year ago, said it was a load of rubbish, was never going to do anything, and then it ran up 2,800%. But it's had some controversy because some of the founders took money out of the project and rug pulled, which is what I said at the time I made the video, that we didn't know who the team was. If you don't know who the team was, the team can disappear with the money. That's the problem with coins. Can I talk about the new 50 million program, how to participate? I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. I've seen it, and I will go and have a look at it, but I don't know how it works at the minute. Not a clue. I'm really sorry. This is only our second day streaming to you guys over there, so I need to get my head around how it works. I don't know what any of these roses mean. I don't know any of this stuff. So in a few weeks' time, I'll understand what's going on. But at the minute, I haven't got a clue. I'm a little bit blind, so I just stick to the news. Okay, so then Pepe meme coin soars 100%, tops 1 billion market cap amid crypto market rally. So my theory, I said at the start of the show, very quickly and very simply, I think that Bitcoin is the gateway crypto for a lot of people that are coming to to crypto. So they're buying the ETF, they're seeing the ETF, they're holding it, they're seeing the price go up, and then they're getting into real crypto via meme coins. You look at Pepe and SHIB and Bonk. What do all of those three meme coins have in common? They are all listed on tier 1 exchanges. So they download an app, they look at the price. Look at the price of Pepe. Look at the price of SHIB. In fact, I'm going to show you. This is, again, when people say to you, do your own research, this is what research is. So if we go to categories, we go to memes. Here we go. So look at the price surge of these coins, including this one, in the last 24 hours. Look at the price of them. Okay? Psychologically, if you come to crypto and you don't know what you're doing, you don't understand market cap, you're going to buy something that looks cheap. And majority of these coins, meme coins, have incredibly low prices in terms of fractions of a cent. So somebody comes along and says, oh my word, I've just bought 100,000 SHIB and it's cost me $1.36. I've just bought 100,000 Bonk and it's cost me $2. I've just bought even more. I've bought 1 million Pepe and it's cost me $2.90. So psychologically, somebody will sit there and they've got 0.0001 Bitcoin, which is worth $63. But then they own 100 million Bonk or 100 million Pepe. And that's how we get people into crypto, through meme coins, because the price is so ridiculously low, even though the market cap, 1.2 billion, 1.3 billion, 8 billion, 18 billion, they're still very high. That's how we get people in. That's why I'm saying Bitcoin is the gateway crypto. We're getting people in. So it's no surprise to me. In fact, if we do the 7-day, we're probably going to see some absolute crackers. There we go. So if we do a 7-day, 390% on Pepe. That's a different coin, but still. 149% there, 145%, 136%. MAGA. Now, I'm not going to tell anybody to buy MAGA, but MAGA is more than likely going to rip in the bull run. Go and do your own research on where to buy it. I don't know, but I keep seeing it popping up. And there's also a coin called Vivek Ramaswamy, I think he's called, who could be the vice president. And Vivek is also going to have a run up. But Bonk is down here, 75% up. There's a lot of meme coins that are ripping. Flocky I've covered before. When I've covered many times. So meme coins are like a bit of fun. People want to throw $10 at something, and then the price absolutely moves, doesn't it? If you'd put $10 into Pepe a week ago, you'd have $25 today. Now, it doesn't sound a lot to you or me, but $25 from a $10 investment is a lot for somebody. So what they'll then do is either double down and buy another $10 of Pepe, or they might go and try and buy Bonk. And that's how it kind of works for newcomers to crypto. So for me, Pepe, good on them, and Bonk, and SHIB, and all the other meme coins that just try and bring people to crypto. Let's get rid of that now. Now then, the last article, I have skipped over that previous article because I just want to try and get through the stream in the hour that I said. Rahul, I've got no idea. I wish I knew. I'll go and find out, and then I'll let you know somehow how it works. So Litecoin is undervalued based on on-chain indicator Glassnode. So see now, Sodacan, I believe Sodacan got Wencoin, and then he sold it at the wrong time, and it's not his fault at all. You can buy and sell what you want, and then it ripped up, absolutely ripped up. So I think the thing is, what you sold it for is also going to move. And again, this is one of the things I actually said this on Tuesday, and it's FOMO. If you own 10 Litecoin, for example, and then you sell the 10 Litecoin and you buy Bitcoin with that profit, or with that that investment. Bitcoin is going to move. It's going to go up 4 or 5x. Litecoin might go up 8 or 9x, but there is more likelihood of Bitcoin going up 4 or 5x than Litecoin going up 8 or 9x. And that's something you have to take into account, and you have to make an educated guess. And what some people do, if they have $1,000 in Pepe and they started with 10, what most people do is they will sell their $1,000 of Pepe and buy something else. What you should probably do is sell $800 or $700 of Pepe, because that you've made huge profits on it. So take out $750, put it into Bitcoin or Ethereum, whatever it might be, but keep a small bag of that original coin. And if it does run up another 10x, then that $300 becomes $3,000 again. And then you sell $2.50 of that run up, and you keep your $500 in Pepe, and you've got another $2,500 to spend on Ethereum or Bitcoin. Because something like Pepe or Bonk or any of these meme coins, they are faster trains, but they're also faster to stop, and they go backwards and they go all over the place. They can derail. Bitcoin isn't likely to do that. So my advice is never sell 100% of something that you've made a big gain on. If you've made 500% on Solana in the last year, maybe take 70% of it, 80% of it, and put it into another crypto. Now is not the time to be sitting on massive bags of cash or fiat. Now is not the time to do that. And in a bear market, you should sell to fiat. In a bull market, you should sell to Bitcoin. You should sell to Ethereum. You should sell to Solana. Cardano is a good example as well. So your top 6 or 7 cryptocurrencies in a bull run are a better bet, because selling to fiat is getting off the train and then the train leaves. Selling to Bitcoin just means moving from one train to another. And as we've shown on this channel for the last few weeks, Bitcoin has outperformed almost every other cryptocurrency. Can I repeat what I just said? What about selling your profits? Profit taking. Yowza, do you want to know about profit taking? Sodacan. I know. I mean, again, with Wencoin, I think we got 650,000 Wencoin. All right, I'll cover that in a second. So selling to fiat, I'll cover in a second. But Sodacan, what I would have done is I'd have sold 450,000 out of the 600,000, and I would have taken 3/4 of it and gone and done something else. But you know, 2020 hindsight kills people. That's the problem. Now, when your Jupiter 5x's or 10x's, you won't care about when, and that's how it should be. You can't live your life in trading anything. You can't live your life on regret. If you sell something, you've sold it because you had a reason to sell it, and your reason was you wanted to buy Jupiter. That's a fair enough reason to sell it. So never live with regret. I know you don't want to hear it again. I'm sure there's loads of coins that I have sold in the past that could have gone well. So Yowza, in a bear market, when prices tend to go down, I sell to fiat. I sell to US dollar in a bear market, and then I accumulate my fiat to then buy back in at the lows. In a bull market, I prefer to use Bitcoin or Solana or Ethereum as my base currency, because if you sell to fiat in a bull run, you're getting off the train. You're stopping at a train station and you're getting off. Everything floats in a bull market. Even though there's corrections of 20, 15% along the way, you still should be make a separate bag for Ethereum or Bitcoin or Solana, whatever it might be. And when you sell your meme coins or your coins, or you take profits, look to take profits into Bitcoin or Ethereum. if you're going to dollar cost average, you dollar cost average out. So let's say Bitcoin gets to $300,000 and I own one Bitcoin. I will sell 10% a week. So it will take me 2.5 months to sell out of Bitcoin at $300,000. Now, the price could go down to 270, it could go up to 330, but I would be selling out of Bitcoin into dollars. That's how I'm going to play this bull run. However, I said a few days ago, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin for me appears to have become the scarcest asset on the planet. And I'm not sure selling my Bitcoin is going to be the best thing to do. And everybody's allowed to change their opinion. My opinion was November next year, selling everything, selling my Cardano, selling my Solana, selling my XRP, selling everything, waiting for a correction and buying back in. That's still the case, but Bitcoin, I don't know if I'm going to do that anymore. I don't know if I'm just going to hold it. I think that's what I might do. And I know there'll be a correction, but I think the bear market next time around is going to be shallower, maybe a 40% or a 30% correction. And I think the next bull cycle is also going to be shallower. I don't think we're going to see 5 or 10x or even 3x in the next bull run. I don't see it happening because the halving is having less and less effect. And the value of Bitcoin is getting higher and higher. And remember, the higher the market cap of Bitcoin, the less likely it is to move 10-15% at a time. And that's the problem. When we get to a $5 trillion market cap for Bitcoin, it is not going to move 15% in a day. And that's just an economic fact. It can't do. It's too tough. So, Tariq, sorry, we gave you the big build-up and then we ended up being distracted. So, Litecoin is undervalued based on on-chain indicator, says Glassnode. An on-chain metric means that Litecoin, the 12th largest cryptocurrency by market worth, is buying and selling at discounted costs. Now, for me, I remember Litecoin when it was the third biggest asset in crypto. I think it was Bitcoin. Was it Bitcoin, Litecoin, XRP, something like that a few years ago? And yeah, I mean, it's the market worth to realized worth, Z-score, was unfavorable at press time. A sub-zero rating signifies the cryptocurrency is undervalued relative to its honest worth, according to Glassnode. The market cap is calculated by multiplying the entire variety of cash in circulation by its market price. The Z-score reveals by what number of customary deviations the market worth differs from the realized worth. Is there anything in English I can read out? I tell you what, when SHIB 1000x's, you can buy your Tesla. Right, now this isn't a very exciting article, so we're going to skip to the end of it. It's if historical past is... Has this been written by AI? Because it's not written in English. Okay. The trail of least resistance seems to be on the upper facet. That mentioned Litecoin. Has this been written by an Edwardian vicar? Litecoin and the broader crypto market stay susceptible to hostile macro environment developments like liquidity tightening and the state of the worldwide financial system. There we go. Forget all that. At press time, Litecoin modified. You know what? I don't know what this is written in, but it's certainly not English. Let me go and have a look at the Litecoin price. Here it is. Good grief. There we go. So it's up 9% in a day. It's up to $82. I remember the all-time high. Was it like $300 or $400 for the all-time high? Does it mention it somewhere in here? $400 was the all-time high of Litecoin. Now, don't expect it to do this in one go. The pillow from Litecoin and the Tesla from my SHIB. Absolutely, I agree with that. So where do I think Litecoin is going to go? Well, if everything goes to the price that we expect it to go to, Litecoin is going to have to 5x from where it is. Now, 5xing from where it is today would put it at $412, which, believe it or not, is exactly what the all-time high was in the previous bull cycle. But as I said on the show earlier, there is no God-given right for any coin to get back to its all-time high. A good example of this, which is ICP. Now ICP, and I'm going to go back to Litecoin in a second, but I'm just going to show you what I mean about hitting all-time highs. So the all-time high of ICP was $428. Very similar, in fact, to the all-time high of Litecoin without taking into account market cap, whatever. ICP is never going to get to $428. It's at 6 billion. To get to this price, it would have to 30x, roughly. So that would give it a $180 billion market cap. It's not going to happen in this cycle, not at all. I would be very happy if this got to $100 in this cycle. So when you look at coins, don't look at the all-time high and just assume that it's going to break the all-time high for every token. Now, the chart of Litecoin, in its defense, does look good. It spiked in 2017. It spiked in 2021. So there's a good chance it's going to spike in 2025 because it's following the patterns. So Litecoin could, in Tariq's case, could get back to all-time highs. The all-time high here was 314. In here, it was 400 and whatever it was. Did we say 418? 412. So could we see a $450 Litecoin in the next bull run? Possibly, but Litecoin needs to do things. Litecoin needs to become sexy again. It needs to have an integration. It needs to partner with, I don't know, Matic. It needs to partner with Chainlink, which I think it already has done. And then let's see. I mean, maybe it will get somewhere towards its all-time high again. But remember, there is no God-given right for any coin to get back to its all-time high. That is just fact of life. Some coins, SHIB was a $41 billion market cap. Now it's 6. Is it going to 8x? 7x? Maybe? Who knows? The way the markets are going, it's very hard to predict. But my rule of thumb is hold tokens that you like, hold tokens that you understand, hold tokens you could explain to me in a lift that goes up 3 floors. If you can't explain to me what a token does, then why are you holding it? Because you've clearly not done your own research. So that's how I would hold it. And the same for Litecoin. Why are you holding Litecoin? What do you see in the future for Litecoin that is going to give it a 6x from here? If you can answer that and say, Litecoin version 2 is coming out and it's going to be 20 times faster and it's got deals with Polygon, it's going to connect up with Chainlink, it's going to connect up with Solana, then yeah, I'll agree with you. But if you're holding Litecoin because it's the first coin you ever bought, or if it's a coin you like the name of, that's the wrong reason for holding it. The only time you should hold a token and have no idea what it does is a meme coin. And that should be 1 or 0.5% of your portfolio that you play around with for fun. So dog with hat, why do you hold it? Because it's a dog with a hat on. Fine. It's a meme coin, that's what it's there for. But Litecoin used to be the second top dog behind Bitcoin, and now it's not even in the top 10. So what's going to propel it back into the top 10? They're the questions you should be asking yourself about any coin that's outside the top 10. What's it going to do to move into the top 10 cryptocurrencies? You can go down and I can pick reasons why these coins are here. This is going to become, Dogecoin is going to become the tipping feature of X. Cardano has the greatest staking proof of stake system in the world, and it's about to be connected to Ethereum via Arbitrum. XRP is going to power CBDCs. Solana has more activity than most other chains on the internet. Ethereum is the computer of Tron. So just bear those things in mind when you are buying a coin. What's going to propel them into the top 10? What is their unique selling point that's better than anything that's up here? And if you can't answer the question, you shouldn't be holding anything outside the top 10. You shouldn't be holding anything other than BNB, Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP, Solana. Because once you get down here and you don't understand what these coins do, it's speculation. And you might as well throw a dart at a dartboard, put 20 names on a board and throw a dart at them and then just buy that token. Because if you don't do the research, why hold Celestia? Why hold Graph? If you can't answer that question, you shouldn't be holding those tokens, in my opinion. And again, everything I always say on here is my opinion. We're not sponsored by anybody. We're not paid to give these opinions. Let's have a look down here. Well, XRP has hit 60 cents. That is a major milestone for XRP. Solana is amazing. All coins are valuable. All coins are only valuable if they have a valid reason to exist. That is my argument. If a coin does not have a purpose in life, there is no purpose to holding it. In my opinion, of course. So that is the end of the news. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a bit of a quiz and give out a few bits here and there. So if you are here and you are new here, remember we stream every day at 11 a.m. The only day we don't stream is a Sunday. I do different things on a Sunday. I go for a walk. I see the sky. I enjoy fresh air. So tomorrow we're back at 11 o'clock. On Saturday we are streaming from the studio. So on Saturday you will see us. We will be there. I will be joined by the Oracle. Brogan will be in the studio. We will talk through everything face to face. You can see us. We'll try and keep an eye on chat and you can talk to us. Now, very quickly then, I'm going to ask 2 questions because I've overrun. And again, I'm trying not to go too long each day. Right, so first question is an easy one. And remember, wherever you are watching, you can answer. And I will give you a shout out if you are correct. First question then, the Bitcoin halving. The Bitcoin halving, is that in April or is that in June? When is the Bitcoin halving? April or June? I've just realised my right hand side is... There we go. That's better. Fits now. When is the Bitcoin halving? April or June? Just type your answer into chat and you will be a winner. How are we doing for here? I appreciate everybody that is supporting Bitcoin. Same as me. Matthew, you are correct. Absolutely. It is indeed. Sodacan, you are correct. Now, if you've watched the stream from the start, I've pretty much given you all the answers to these questions anyway. So it's not like I'm asking you questions that are out of thin air. The answer is, of course, April. The Bitcoin halving is in April, potentially April the 20th, which of course is 420 in meme culture. Quite a few of you got that right. Bands got that one right. Of course, Sodacan got that right. Who else got that one right? That's too many people to read out. Warmaster C got that right. Seema, Abu, well done, all of you. I'm not too many names to read out today. Last night, when Brogan did the trading stream, there was nobody on any channel. There was nobody anywhere. Ron, you were correct. It is April. There was nobody on last night at all. We had about 40% of the normal viewing figures. And I really have no idea why it was so poor. Maybe everybody was out celebrating the Bitcoin pump. Maybe everybody was crying that had been liquidated. Okay, let's look. Another question for you. And again, this is an easy question. The Bitcoin maximum supply. The maximum supply of Bitcoin that will ever be produced in the future. Is the maximum supply of Bitcoin 21 million or 69 million? Just type 21M or 69M into chat. In fact, I should probably bring up the Bitcoin chart, which is over here, I think. Crypto Queen, I'm not seeing any problems with the stream. I'm not getting any errors with the stream, so I don't know whether the error is at your end. I seem to be fine. I'm not getting any streaming notifications as a problem or anything. So bring up that. This is the Bitcoin chart. We are at 62,843. So the Bitcoin maximum supply is, of course, 21 million. War Master C, Andy is here. Again, there's too many people. Elian is here. Spice is powder. Your name just doesn't sound right. It should be Spice Powder. Congratulations to you all. And let me get rid of these comments. So remember, I'm going to ask another question now. This will be my last one because it is nearly 1:15. The stream has absolutely flown by today. A big thank you to the people have commented. Tariq, Sodakan, Andy, Emmanuel, Mags is here, I know. Big thank you to you all for commenting. It's a lot nicer when people comment in chat. When I sit here just talking to myself, it's not as much fun. Now this is an easy question. So CZ used to go on to X, or Twitter as it used to be called, and whenever there was a FUD piece written about anything, he would go onto Twitter and he would hold up his fingers, and that was a number for FUD. FUD stands for fear, uncertainty and doubt. So if there's a FUD piece written about anything in crypto, he would hold up a number of fingers. So there's a clue. It's between 1 and 5. How many fingers did CZ used to hold up on the stream? And remember, if you are new here, please give us a follow. As you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, we are almost at 101,000 fans. 101,000 fans. Incredible. So the target for the end of the year is to try and get somewhere near 200,000. So if you can do us all a favor and follow us and like us, that would be greatly appreciated. Ron, you are correct. It was 21 million. 21 million Bitcoin in existence. And if you watched the show yesterday, I commented the fact that I now believe that Satoshi Nakamoto is the 25th richest person alive. He has 1 million Bitcoin and they are currently worth $62.8 billion. So he is the 25th, 24th richest person alive. Congratulations, Crypto Robbie, well done. The guitarist, congratulations. Smeek or Smeek, Smirk Ghost, congratulations. Elian again, way too many people to sign. Sonia is here. Good morning, Sonia. Svetanda Sehar is here. Another OG. Solo Sky is here. OKKO. Andy, you're all in today. You're all out today. And Satoshi Nakamoto is the 10th wonder of the world. You know what, Yowza, I was saying to my lad the other day, right, there's a lot of people that are very negative about Britain, about England. But if you look at the inventions that they've come up with, the computer, Tim Berners-Lee, and the internet, there is a belief that Satoshi is British because of the way he speaks in his emails, he types in his emails, because he's not an American. He doesn't type like an American. Now, if Satoshi ended up being found out to be being British, that would make me the proudest man alive. But he's created something to fix a problem and then disappeared. Whether he's passed away, whether he is, you know, wherever he may be, we don't know. But he has revolutionized, I wouldn't say, not yet. He's not revolutionized the world yet, but he's going to have the same impact that Tim Berners-Lee had. That's what I think. Anyway, which coin is best for future trading now? I'm not going to give you a specific coin to trade for futures, but what I would say is you're not going to go wrong. You're not going to go wrong holding any of the top 30 coins. That's what I'd say at this stage of the market. Solana's going to pump. Cardano and XRP will eventually pump. BNB might not pump as much because the market cap is so high. I think anything 10 to 15 to 20 is going to do exceptionally well. Avalanche will do well. ICP will do well. All of the AI coins, even at the prices they're at now, Fetch, Singularity will all do very well. Yowza, you're correct. But like I said before on the stream, if you can't explain to me what the token does in a lift going up 3 flights or three stories, then you shouldn't hold that token. I know every single token I hold. I'm not saying I'm the world's leading expert on every token that I hold, but I understand what the project is trying to do. And the other thing which people keep forgetting is, where are these coins going to make revenue from? Where does Ethereum make revenue from? There are thousands of transactions a day. Where does Bitcoin make revenue from? It makes revenue from all the transactions and creating the Bitcoin. Where does Solana make its money from? From its transactions. Cardano is the same. They all have revenue models. You then have Dog Elon Mars that has no revenue model, and it's going to do something which isn't needed and doesn't have a market for it. Those coins aren't going to be here in 5 years' time. Where's EOS? Where did EOS go? EOS had the largest raise of any project in history. Disappeared. Vanished. Anyway, it's 12:17. It's time for me to call it a day and let you all go about your day. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Greatly appreciated interacting with you all. Yowza as well. Ron, thank you for coming to the stream. Tariq, I'm not going to read everybody's names out. It sounds like a roll call, but thank you, everybody, for coming. Greatly appreciated. We're going to go now. I'm back tomorrow at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, same time tomorrow, same place. Make sure you give us a follow or a subscribe, or whatever it is you can do. And I will have a Friday stream with you at 11 on Saturday, back in the office with Brogan. We'll do the whole thing again from the studio, but this time you will see our beautiful faces. Thank you, everybody. I will see you all soon. I'm going to put the stream onto a countdown now for 5 minutes while I get everything prepared. And take care. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. And remember, tomorrow is Friday. Doesn't matter what Bitcoin does tonight. Go and get some fresh air. Go for a walk. Get the blood circulating. And I'll see you all in the morning. Take care.